Most people think muscles grow because they work hard in the gym. Na parang kapag sobrang pawis, sobrang sakit ng katawan, automatic lalaki ka. Pero ang totoo dyan, maraming tao years nang nagwo-workout pero halos walang pagbabago. Hindi dahil tamad sila, hindi dahil kulang sa supplements, o hindi dahil hindi nila naiintindihan kung paano ba talaga gumagana ang muscle growth. Sa video na to, pag-uusapan natin yung actual science ng muscle growth so you do not waste time and for you to progress further. Unang concept, progressive overload. Ito yung pinaka-basic pero isa sa pinaka-importanting principle. Simple lang yung idea. Your body adapts to stress. Kapag binigyan mo ng challenge, mag-a-adjust. Kapag pareho lang lagi, walang reason para magbago. Example, nagbe-bench press ka. Week 1, 30 kilos, 8 reps. After 3 months, 30 kilos, 8 reps pa rin. Possible na mas magaling ka technically, pero paano magbe-build ng bagong muscle yung katawan mo? Wala namang bagong demand. Progressive overload doesn't always mean dagdag weight sa binubuhat. Pwede rin more reps, more sets, better control, better range of motion, less rest time, better execution. Ang goal mo, bigyan ng dahilan yung katawan mo para mag-adapt. Para sa akin, you try to lift with good, strict form and technique, increasing the weight while maintaining the strict form and technique. That's how you know you're progressing. Kailangan maintindihan mo, ano ba talaga ang nagpapalaki ng muscle? Answer, mechanical tension. Simple lang meaning nito. Nagpo-produce ka ng mataas na force sa muscle habang nagwo-work. Simply put, mechanical tension is the force that muscles experience when they are stretched or contracted during resistance exercises. That's really how we grow. Hindi soreness, hindi sweat, hindi pagod. Pagod does not equate to growth. Pwede kang lumabas ng gym na basang-basa ng pawis pero walang meaningful stimulus. Ang gusto natin, challenging resistance na pinipilit yung muscle or you force the muscle to work hard. Kaya madalas, yung simpleng controlled set mas effective pa kaysa sa random na intense workout. Example, imagine dalawang tao. Person A, nagbe-bench press 3 controlled hard sets close to failure. Person B, chest workout na 20 exercises. Super bilis ng execution, tas nagpo-phone pa every set. Sino mas likely magkakaroon ng muscle growth? Hindi yung mas napagod dun sa 20 exercises. Yung mas mataas yung quality ng tension. Kaya sobrang importante ng execution. Hindi goal yung basta galawin mo yung weight. Goal is to make the muscle do the work and make it work hard. Section 3, train close to failure. Dito nagkakamali maraming tao. Iniisip nila, mas mabigat equals mas lalaki. Not necessarily always the case. Research shows, pwede ka mag-build ng muscle gamit ang light weights, heavy weights. Basta close enough to failure. Meaning, konti na lang talaga reps mo. Usually, 1 to 3 reps left in reserve. Example, bicep curls mo, 10 kilo. Kaya mo pala i-15, pero tumigil ka sa 8 kasi nafe-feel mo na umiinit na or medyo nahihirapan ka na, kaya tinigil mo. Sayang, sobrang layo mo pa. Pero kung tumigil ka at feeling mo isa o dalawa na lang tapos hindi mo na kaya, yan yung sweet spot. Train hard. Huwag yung titigil ka lang bigla kasi tinatamad ka na or sumakit lang ng konti. 1 to 3 reps before failing ang general recommendation. Pero ako, personally, I try to take at least 1 set to failure to maximize growth. Next, volume. Volume equals gaano karaming quality work yung ginagawa mo. 1 hard set per week, baka kulang yun. 40 sets per week, baka hindi ka naman makarecover. Maraming evidence na nagpapakita around 10 to 20 challenging sets per muscle per week works well for many people. Keyword, challenging. Hindi counted yung half effort na buhat. Yung petiks na petiks ka lang. Quality over quantity. So as an example, for my chest, I have 18 to 20 sets per week. Each push day ko, 9 sets sa chest. Kasi 2 times a week yung push day ko. 18 hard sets of chest workouts per week. 3 sets ng fly, 3 sets ng press, and 3 sets ng chest dip. 9 sets of chest per push day. Isipin nyo, twice a week yun. So, 18. Ito yung sweet spot para sa akin as of now. Nakaka-recover pa rin akong maigi. Iba-iba per person. So, best to try for yourself. Pero syempre, nung baguhan ako, mas konti yung volume na kailangan ko. Now na mas experienced ako, ngayon ko lang tinataas ng konti-konti yung volume. Assuming maganda yung form and technique mo. Section 5, protein and nutrition. Ito yung part na ayaw marinig ng iba. You cannot out-train bad nutrition. Train Training gives the signal. Protein gives the materials. Imagine mo nagpapagawa ka ng bahay. Workout equals yung work earth. Protein, yun yung hollow block. Kung walang protein, edi wala kang materyales. Anong itatayo? Parang somewhat ganun. General recommendation, around 0.8 to 1 gram protein per pound of lean body weight daily, pwede na. Hindi kailangan sobrang complicated. Consistency lang. Section 6, muscle protein synthesis. After mo mag-training, tumataas yung tinatawag na muscle protein synthesis. Basically, muscle building process becomes elevated. Usually around 24 to 48 hours. Kaya hindi ibig sabihin, workout leads to instant growth. Workout leads to recovery, leads to adaptation. Yun yung sequence. Don't overcomplicate things. Ako, I personally have my biggest meals or meals ko with highest protein around my weight training. Kung goal ko, i-maximize yung muscle growth ko. Pero, literal, at the end of the day, mas important pa rin, ma-hit yung total protein and calories. So for most of you, focus on the daily protein and calorie targets. Section 7, recovery and sleep. Ito yung underrated. Most people think more training equals more gain. Pero minsan, more training actually leads to worse recovery. Growth happens outside the gym in case di nyo pa alam. Poor sleep affects training. Most people perform better around 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. Hindi kailangan perfect. Pero syempre, pag konti lang tulog mo, huwag mo expect na ma-maximize mo yung buhat mo. Ako personally, if 4 hours or less lang yung tulog ko, ang sama talaga ng quality ng training ko. Next section, calories. Important din to apart from protein because calories have a big impact on how efficiently you build muscle. Kasi you can have the best training program and hit your protein target, pero imagine mo, wala ka na ibang kinain kundi yung protein at na-hit mo nga yung protein target mo. Kung 600 to 800 calories lang na consume mo, wala ka ring ilalaki. Masyadong konti yung resources ng katawan mo for building new muscle tissue. For me, building muscle is better in a small calorie surplus kasi hindi ka masyadong tataba. Think of it as maintenance calories equals maintained physique. May slight weight gain or weight loss na pwedeng mangyari. Pag calorie deficit, it's to lose fat and even muscle. Kapag masyadong malaki yung deficit. Pag small calorie surplus, you get to build muscle, minimizing fat gain. Pag masyadong malaki yung surplus, pwede ka rin mag-gain ng maraming body fat. At ito yung pinaka-importanting point. Consistency beats intensity. Hindi best split, hindi best exercise, hindi best supplement kung hindi consistency. A decent program followed for years beats the most ideal, optimal, perfect program followed for 3 intense weeks. Simple lang ang fitness, guys. Pero yung simple, yung basics, done repeatedly, done correctly, creates drastic results. So if gusto mo talagang lumaki, train hard, recover properly, eat enough, repeat, and stop looking for shortcuts. If may natutunan ka dito, comment mo sa baba kung anong muscle growth myth yung pinaniwalaan mo dati. If you're interested sa online coaching, you can send me an email to jacobalavabusiness@gmail.com and subscribe if you want more science-based fitness content. And I'll see you guys in the next one.